And we are in the finals. Fluctuate has been extremely patiently waiting right now for this game to start as they've been set to go in the finals since the beginning versus Team Refuse. Now, Team Refuse had a very they had a tough game set versus Slugs. That was Gore. You said you kind of watched a little bit of it yourself. Oh yeah, welcome Gore. Gore Miser is going to be casting the finals with me.
Woo!
Hi, say hi, Gore.
Hi.
There we go. Yeah, woo. Gotta have the woo. I don't know, man. Just got that Ric Flair in me. Woo. Let's go, man. Finals.
Gotta inject some of the energy back into this. Get it pumped up. It's the finals. Come on.
It is. This is what's going on. 2 out of 3 again. Let's go. No, I love the look. Those were 3 great games that were played by Refuse and Slugs. Shout outs to both teams for playing amazing. Refuse ends up coming out on top really on that third game just based on like a 14-minute FG that was just kind of that fight just was in that spot. You know, that spot if that fight's in Gold Fury, it's like, oh, okay, no big deal. They lost gold. But because that fight ended up happening at FG, it was like, oh, let's just do FG. And that really kind of turned the tables around. Anyways, into the picks and bans of this game, Refuse versus Fluctuate. You guys already saw what happened versus the other game. Odin and Kronos are the bans for Fluctuate, and Refuse is going with the Kali. They pretty much been banning this out the whole time, so Kali kept it.
And it looks like Fluctuate was going for that. Ban Odin, grab Guan, keep that healing going, especially with the CC from his ultimate. And Refuse... Raijin. Raijin is... He's either really great or really bad. Like I feel like there can't be an in-between because, like, you can shut him down if you focus him, but if you let him... Like, if they give him free reign, then he can come out of this maybe ahead, especially in damage, but... Like, his damage is easy to confirm, but he's a really easy target to take down, so it goes either way.
Some new players on the side of Fluctuate here. Nick Haru, I don't know if names changed or not, but Nick Haru. Yeah, Nick Haru is on the team. Nick Haru. And, wait, who? Egg is the one that I don't recognize. Eggmeister. I don't know if Eggmeister, I guess he's taking over the support role? I'm not too sure. We'll see what ends up happening as the picks are coming through. Geb, Ao Kwang, Medusa for the boys of Refuse. They got the next ban. And on the left-hand side, Fluctuate, as you said, I've gone with the get rid of Odin, go with the Guan. I just hope that they can protect the Raijin that they've gone with. We'll see what they can happen. That's the biggest factor I've got is, as I was telling Electro, is this Thunder Crash is just not reliable to get away. You know, I mean, it can get canceled out pretty easily.
Yeah, and I'm honestly kind of not necessarily confused, but Refuse picked up Geb, as their first grab for their team, and then they grabbed Medusa, but usually you see the lane go Athena Medusa. I even think we almost got to saw that matchup in the first game when they grabbed Athena early on. You think, the combo between the two is really good. The taunt into the ult is going to definitely get some stones on there, but grabbing the Geb and just foregoing the Athena until the ban phase is kind of an interesting strategy.
Oh, Moore played an amazing Geb in Game 1 of the Refuse Slug set. I do have to admit that right there. He played a very good Geb. I mean, his shields were on point. He was able to get everyone out, where he needed to go. Cope has been playing an amazing Ao Kwang. Now, here's the question. Like, Fluctuate has been waiting patiently for this game. I don't know whether they went ahead and were playing like a game before, some practice nonsense that they can F6 or whatever and then get back into it. My question is... are they warmed up? Because Refuse just had a 3-game set that went 30 minutes each game. They've already got over an hour of Smite being played and warmed up and ready to go for competitive play. It's going to be really a question of, I think, if Fluctuate can match that for Refuse.
And we also get to look at, Fluctuate either warmed up or not. They're coming in fresh, whereas Refuse, like you said, they've played 3 matches that went 30 minutes. If they're tired, then maybe this could go poorly for them.
Yeah, maybe 3 games was like, oh man, that was a long set. Refuse ends up slacking a little bit. They're a little bit tired of playing for an hour, and Fluctuate is the fresh team. So I don't know. I mean, it could work either way. We'll find out here in a little bit as we have Fluctuate versus Refuse for the finals. 14,000 gem prize pool on the line. You've got the team set up, and we'll be ready to go here in a little bit as the timer is getting ready to count down. Me and Gore Miser will bring you the action here in just a little bit. Alrighty, guys, we are back with Friday Night Smite action, hosted and presented by Detonate GG. I'm Freight Train X, as always, again, Mr. Gore Miser casting along with me this time around. We'll introduce the boys in blue and red, and we'll get this party started. In the blue corner, wearing the trunks. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know how it goes. I'm not a boxing announcer. I'm a Smite caster. I just say things. Anyways, Benny Q on the Rama, one of my favorite ADCs. Mango Debay going to be running the Guan Yu. Nikaru going to be supporting on top of the Sopek right there. Eggmeister. I think that's the change, obviously. He's going to be running a purple pot Raijin start. And DB, Dirty Bubble himself, going to be using the red pot Thor. And that's it. The boys in Refuse.
Yeah, Refuse going to be coming back for this game. They just played some amazing semifinals, but we're going to have Ultron running that Amaterasu in the solo lane. Cope Baby going to be running the Ao Kwang through the jungle. Going to the mid lane is Y Try on Agni, and then bringing in the duo lane is One Glance and Mort as Medusa and Geb.
Oh, we're going to see a pretty traditional start right here. Nothing seems fancy. Again, those deep wards placed by Red. Refuse is always doing that right there. Just kind of displacing the wards, getting the vision, seeing what's going on. Benny Q going to be running standard. I was talking about how I like throwing dagger on Benny on this character on Rama. I really enjoy throwing dagger. It helps us clear out tremendously, especially versus like a Medusa. But obviously, when you're in a very competitive environment, you don't necessarily want to try new things that you're not accustomed to. So going with the more traditional start as Eggmeister is going to dash in on top of Y Try, pretty quick, get some damage going, and other than that, back to the start. Left-handed Harpies look to be going to blue.
And this is actually, I feel like this is going to be one of the times, Raijin is going to be shining around here, because once he gets that Raiju going on, he can throw it down, get a little bit of extra damage, and comboed with Thor's damage, that could be a really early game kill, especially on Agni.
Especially the Mez, because obviously we all know Agni has the instant dash. Obviously that's a staple move to be able to get out so quickly. But with Eggmeister on the Raijin, as you said, able to Mez it out per se and stop it for that 1 second where you can't use that ability. And then if Dirty Bubble comes along with a wall and a double tap, it could be trouble for you.
All around, though, we see Fluctuate kind of running their lanes, just pushing up against Refuse. Refuse not being... they're being cautious here. They know, even though it's a best of 3, they know better than to get too aggressive. They can afford to lose a game, but if they lose one and go on tilt, they're already might be feeling exhausted here. So they definitely want to keep this up, as all in all, it's just kind of stalemating at the tower line.
Well, all the camps are taking other than the boards, and you've seen this more and more often. Like these 2 boards here in the solo lane, or this guy over here, this little guy over here, they never get taken until it seems like forever. As Mango and Ultra just kind of hanging out in the solo lane, fighting along. Let's see what. Yeah, it looks like Mango is still choosing to level up Talu Assault, even though the silence can cancel it. But Ultra not looking to use the silence. We saw that happen in the last game where the Amaterasu took a lot of damage from the Guan Yu, just from dashing and hitting them and just taking a lot of archer damage.
And we actually see Fluctuate getting a bit aggressive going on to Agni in the background, but they're going to go ahead and back away. I'm pretty sure Refuse picked up their back camps there before the aggression came in, but still just watching it, it looks like these duo side boars will be going to Fluctuate here.
And now the duo side boards always seem to be fought over. It's one side or the other always going after it, and it looks like Fluctuate will go ahead and take those. So small advantage to them. Looks like Rama will probably end up trying to roll along here and gonna try to. Or these minions can get into the tower. Oh, they've got them cut off. So a couple minions. Looks like the big minion will just get hit by the tower. So lose a little bit of gold there. Oh, 2 minions lost in gold. Sound like DM Brandon when I say that. 2 minions lost in gold.
And it's funny because you always see things, and it is kind of weird when you hear that. You think, isn't that kind of nitpicky? Actually, right now, Dirty Bubble going up into the air. It looks like he's going to be coming down onto Y Try, but nothing happening yet as Eggmeister going to go into the air and pick up the kill with his ultimate. Ao Kwang forced to retreat.
While that was happening on the left-hand side, Medusa was forced to ult as well as the aggression came on with Nikaru, and that ended up being a win for them as nothing happened. And Medusa ultimate is down, but again, Dirty Bubble goes straight in the air and helps get the kill, and Eggmeister will end up cleaning up the first blood, and that's going to be perfect. Again, either one of those guys that got the kill was going to be beneficial because they both had red pots, or, power pots, I should say.
Fluctuate has kind of just thrown all disregard to the wind. They have been running Refuse's jungle. They just took the red buff, the blue buff, they took the duo boars, and the right side back camps. They just walked into the jungle and say, yeah, you know what, this is mine now, and Refuse is just not in a position to do anything about it.
Well, they've got an understanding that there are no wards. There's no way there can be wards if no one's back to ball right now. So they really do have an understanding. I mean, hitting the tab button in Smite is one of the most important things I try to tell new players. Knowing what your opponent has, as it looks like they're going to try to... I don't think he got that heartbeat. On the right-hand side, oh, Mango, we didn't get to see it. Ultron ended up ulting, it looked like, but unable to get the kill as Mango DeBay also ulted. Ults both down. Looks like Mango got the better of it.
Yeah, just a really good trade for Mango there, because, I mean, if you can knock out your solo laner, and it looks like Ultron actually had already used his teleport, so not only did Mango get a solo kill there, but exhausted the teleport and pushed a wave under tower. Like, that's just such a good thing for a solo laner.
When I was talking to Electro a little while ago, I was like, man, I hate walking back as a solo laner, you know? Especially when you die, like, when you just teleported, it's like, that's the worst, is dying from just DC.
But, one of the things I was trying to say earlier, like, you mentioned, like, getting one minion, or, you know, missing one minion, missing two minions. It always feels weird to point that kind of thing out, but I feel like people don't recognize that does mean a lot. Like, the difference between hitting a level 8 and a level 7, like, now one of my abilities is doing more damage than one of your abilities. I'm going to be hitting harder in the next team fight. That can make a really big difference.
It's also the gold, and especially in the solo lane, and you know, Medic, you're going to get blinked on right here. Nice purification going to be used out there, and he'll go ahead and do okay, it seems like. Kind of staying with it as he's got his Sobek coming around the back end. The dash is used. Pluck is available, gonna go ahead and get it, but Gift Shield is better. So now that that's taken care of right there, a couple abilities down, it looks like they'll just retreat and possibly try to pinch Try 4 members, and they're kind of just running around it.
Peeking around in the jungle, just waiting to see if they can get anything. I guess they expected a rotation to come over, but refused having just good enough communication to say, yeah, don't come.
Yeah, and like I said, the biggest thing is the gold factor. I mean, you think about, all right, I lost 2 minions of gold. It's not a big deal. But what if that happens every wave? Then all of a sudden, like, you can hit tab and realize that you're 500 gold behind. I mean, that's happened to, like, I think everyone in Smite at some point in time where, like, when you're facing a Neath with, like, a Kepri or something like that, or some annoying duo lane or solo lane, and you're just down gold because you just keep getting your stuff shoved in the tower. It's annoying. In a solo lane, it's a little bit more prevalent to have that happen, but... Still, I mean, it could be, it could really wear you down just mentally to be like, all right, I'm just losing gold all the time. I'm going to go out there and fight, and then you die. And then you're behind, and then you just can't fight anymore.
And it's even worse when you get things like this where you just see Fluctuate running into the enemy jungle with no regard, although now we're going to see Soba getting a little low. A nice stun, and double tap going to come down. Cope going to fall to the Raijin as now the damage is going on to Geb. He might be the next target as the Cataclysm comes out.
Nikaru messed up. Straight up. Pluck on it. He went for it. He went YOLO swag. I'm going for this pluck. I have no idea where this invisible guy's at. Put himself in a terrible situation and was just like, I'm here. I'm in a bad spot. Team help me, and his team cleaned it up, and they were able to take a 2 kills and a gold fury off of that. Ultron and Try unable to even rotate in time for that, and there goes Mango DeBay with the heals. We talked to Mango last week with the interview, and he even said he's like he feels Guan Yu's boring. But he's like. Have him. I mean, Mango last week did over, what did he do, like 25,000 healing in that last
week? It was 20 some odd thousand, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of healing as a big bomb is going to come out from Try right now. Ooh, Amaterasu has a big ultimate coming in, though.
And we're going to be seeing Sobek actually getting really low here. Guan Yu all going to be forced. It's going to be going down. No stun real good except onto Agni. Ao Kuang getting really deep, but he's going to be the one who falls. Tried to get a nice execute, but it wasn't enough. Amaterasu looking to possibly steal the blue buff to try and get something back, because now Refuse is sitting down 5-0.
Mango's like, yo, you're level 9. Get off my blue buff, homie. Like, this is mine. All right. And then, like, you know, Ultron goes, okay, my bad. I thought I could have it. And then, you know, we'll back up. Not get the blue buff. So, Cope played amazing on the Ao Kuang last game. Had like 7-1 or 8-1. He was something crazy like that. 0-2 right now to start this game. Went for Nikaharu so deep under the tier 1 tower because he was in execute range. Really wanted it. And all of a sudden just wasn't able to clean it up. Dirty Bubble hit a nice wall. Then he went further. I mean, it was pretty good work right there for his team to help him out. Nikaharu been in a tough situation twice, and both times his team has bailed him out. And both.
And now we're actually watching, like, we get to see things. Nobody builds anti-heal. There's no curse, there's no Brawler's Beat Stick, there's no Divine Ruin. Like, all of these members are still playing and letting just Mango heal up as much as he wants. There's nothing going wrong, and as far as Mango cares, like that just means, okay, I'm gonna heal me and my team as much as I possibly can, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Alright guys, hey, and welcome back Freight Train, and more, as really it was my computer that decided to freeze up on Smite. So, you guys get to see the last couple seconds of that Gold Fury fight right there. As you can see, Team Refuse has caught back up in the kill department, 3 or 5 kills right there, as they were down several before. 1-1 read the Gold Furies as well. We'll take a quick peek at the graphs and see where everything stands after that Gold Fury fight. XP and gold dropping down into Refuse's favor a little bit, but still behind about 2,800 experience. Well, now 3 and 2,200 gold.
Yeah, and it still looks like Fluctuate is trying to control Refuse's jungle here. They're still walking in. They just took the red buff away. And, you know, Refuse managing to get their blue buff, still, you know, trying to pick up that little bit of a gold lead that we've just seen Fluctuate bury on through this entire time.
Well, one blast is going to end up using the ultimate on top of BenAQ, trying to force something out. Bombs will come in. There's one stun. There's the flame wave, and that's going to end up being the end of BenAQ. As the 4-man rotation was there, wouldn't have got out of it anyways. Ultimate was available. Yeah, but that's a wise choice not to use the Rama ultimate right there. Just, what are you really going to get out of it? A couple seconds of life, in all honesty, and your team probably wasn't going to be able to make the rotation in time anyways. So Nakaru will go ahead and clean up the minions over there, as we see a lot of deep wards for both teams. As you said, both teams kind of like checking out the jungle, some deep red wards, and blue, or even on their own jungle, red's got some deep wards being placed there on the left-hand side. Right-hand side looks pretty bare with wards, though. Only one sentry hanging around here at the top corner, the mid-harpies.
Yeah, you see them. They're really, like, they're all centralized around that Gold Fury, and I think some of them are probably living from when it was taken. It was just a little over 2 minutes ago, but they're also going to be helping prepare. If they can control the jungle around the Gold Fury, then the next Gold Fury fight can definitely go more in their favor, and they've already taken one. They're down one, so the next one putting them slightly ahead is going to help even the gold out.
See, I really thought like Scout would make a difference in these type of games, man. Like in a competitive environment, I really thought Scout had a real use. But you know, the more you look at Smite, the game in itself, it's like supports just can't afford to have. Oh, as we have a Catapult coming out here in the mid lane by the Harpies, and it looks like Raju's going to get a lot of damage off on the ultimate. Ward's going to end up being saved by his own shield, and the snipes are coming through. Rama's going to try to clean up Ward if he can. This is a couple auto attacks. There you go, buddy. BenAQ will clean that up, and Eggmeister ends up cleaning up Cope on the backhand.
Now we see Ultron trying to get Nick here. While it's getting really low, the ultimate is going to come out, but not enough damage is going to come down, as now the rest of Fluctuate's going to rotate in. Ultron getting in a bad position. Egg going to pick up that kill as well.
Oh, yeah, that was... Egg didn't pick up that kill. Raiju picked up that kill. Raiju picked up that kill. I saw Raiju get popped on top of him, and like one attack, all his health is gone. Raiju is the truth, man. I feel like there's two characters in the game right now, Scotty and Raiju, that they're not actually the gods.
Yeah, they're relying on their buddies, and it's both second ability. I mean, I'm starting to see a pattern here. Next god.
Yeah. I you know, like we got these little like pet classes that are going on. Like, oh hey, I got Raiju. He comes on out and he does a lot of damage to you once I hit you, and then I got this dog that's really annoying. Then I had a Scotty do like 1,200 damage to me. The dog did 1,000. I was like, what is this?
She just threw one auto at the very end to get the kill, and she's like, yep, it was easy.
It's like, get the hell out of here, man. Like, I was playing as a Scotty versus as my Rama, and like, at the end of the game, I ended up winning that game. I had like I destroyed that game. It was a great game, and like, the other ADC was like, I wrecked you in lane. I was like, no, your dog wrecked me in lane. I was like, you did nothing. You missed every auto attack. Your Calder did like 1,000 damage to me, though. That's the difference.
Yeah, looking at this game, though, Fluctuate sitting pretty comfortably ahead. You know, 8K experience, a 6.5K gold, and the thing that I think is really helping them out a lot, and this is the same thing we saw last week, if you watch some of the SBL games that even happened earlier today, there is one anti-heal item on Refuse. It is one curse on Geb, and that is the only thing to shut down Mango's healing.
We talked about it last week. I was harping on it all last week when we were Friday Night Smite, and just watching Mango do his heal. Actually, we'll hit the F2 button and see where he's at exactly. We're at 20 minutes in the game, and player healing for Guan Yu is at 12,000 already. Again, I kind of learned last week that this is in total, including himself, So I'm not sure exactly what the player healing is directly. We'll find out at the end of the game. But 12K, even to include himself at 20 minutes, is pretty decent. I mean, he'll be over the 20K mark here soon enough, especially when these team fights start grouping up.
And I was watching Geb's actives. That curse didn't even come on until he was level 12. Like, this isn't just we weren't looking to shut down his healings. They don't even seem to be aware. There's no Brawler's Beat Stick, no Divine Ruin. Except that's not true. There's a Brawler's Beat Stick, but it's on Thor, who's on Fluctuate. And
Amarasu's like, oh, I have to go with the Shoten's, and this is what I was talking about with I was talking about this Electro. Oh, as Benny Q is gonna get rotated on pretty hard, I would imagine here. Knockup's gonna be good right there. Q's gonna end up rolling backwards, so not bad. So it looks like this fight might end up going the other way. Wide try against the shield though right there. Can Egg do anything about it? But nothing's gonna happen there. And this left-hand tower looks to be pressured. At least the boards will be taken away right now as Amarasu's gonna make the rotation. But I was talking to Electro, and I was saying there's several types of smite builds, and like the third one is the competitive situational. Like, you gotta realize like cooldown's great as the bombs are gonna come through, but at the same time you gotta be able to beat situational, understand where you're going against.
And we're gonna see more get plucked. A big Cataclysm 3-man gonna come out, of Meditation coming out from the Sobek, gonna be saving that though. Now Amaterasu gonna pick up the kill onto the Raijin. She's falling really low herself, but it's actually gonna see where Thor goes, gonna land on her, get the kill, and now the fight's continuing over at the tier 2. Another pluck on Namor from Sobek, but 4 members of Refuse already being under there, not quite much, but Cope gonna get the execute, and that's 2 kills or just 1? 2 kills, yeah, going for Refuse there, all for just the Amaterasu.
I forgot, I restarted and I was like, why are all these people in weird spots? I was like, okay, yeah, I gotta go ahead and do this. So Fluctuate looking to go ahead and get the Gold Fury started up right now. Put all these gentlemen in the right spot where they're supposed to be at. Alright, everyone's in the right place. Sorry about that. I forgot. After I DC'd, we'll try to make a play on stealing it right there, and he looks to find himself in a rough spot. Ooh, nice 3-man bomb right there. Y-Try is doing some damage. We'll take a quick peek at the player damage, speaking of it. And yeah, Y-Try is on the lead. Do those options.
You know, it has to feel bad for Refuse when they got the better of that fight, but they still couldn't contest the Gold Fury well enough that, you know, Fluctuate just, even with only 3 people there, they're like, alright, we forced enough of them, either we killed the one and forced the rest back, so we can just take it.
Yeah, I mean, it really is a tough scenario. Thor, Dirty Bubble, actually, look at the damage charts. Bottom, like, this is something you do not see. He's got 3 kills, but you normally don't see Dirty Bubble at the bottom of damage chart. It's like at 4,600 damage, but 3 kills. It's kind of like, who have you been stealing them from? Obviously, he's been taking them away from Guan Yu, who's 2-1-5 with the 5 assists. But I don't think Mango would mind too much.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, getting some kills onto your Thor, getting that extra bit of damage. Now he's got a full Titan's Bane to eat through all of the pen, mainly onto the Geb. So he can not only now eat through the Geb shield, but eat through Geb himself if he really wants to. It's going to give him a little bit of an edge in the next fights.
We're going to end up seeing what happens here. Amaterasu building into a Silver Talisman. I would like to see this at least be a Pestilence, so the Curse and the Pestilence can be used together. My roommate was asking me, they were like, hey, you know, kind of about the healing thing, and I was saying, like, it works. The Curse is great, but the Curse only can work so much. Like, you really need a combination of the items. Like, the Curse and another anti-heal really need to be on the same person. You know what I'm saying? Like either a Brawlers or a Pestilence plus a Curse on that same person really end up helping, because that you're going to get the most anti-healing on. A lot of the times, like, you know, Mort might weakening only 2 players, you know, and because he's trying to get away, and then all of a sudden you've got a Pestilence that's only doing 25% to the people that are actually getting healed. So, you know, just like to see where they go into the rest of this anti-healing if they can build into it.
Yeah, I see a Silver Talisman on the Amaterasu, and I'm hoping that that's going to become a Pestilence, but like you said, having it on separate people is not going to do much. It's actually now Sobek getting a little bit of aggression on him, the tier 2 tower for the dual lane, and now the ults are going to be forced. Raijin going to pick up a huge kill. Bidikyu going to pick up yet another onto the support. Now the jungler and the support are gone as they continue going. Agni going to fall in the background. We do see Dirty Bubble going deep, especially to try and kill off this ADC. Nikaro going to be the one who gets that kill. Altrin getting really low here, and Raijin picking up that one as well at Deicide.
Eggmeister's been playing a great Raijin. I thought Shadow Chair played a decent one as well, but Eggs has been able to get the advantage this time around. These corridors, man, are not where you want to fight Raijin. His ultimate is a very wide ultimate. It's I would say it's the size of a spirit ball, width-wise. And obviously, it goes the distance. It goes very long. It goes probably the length of a spirit ball, probably a little bit longer than that, actually. It can be deadly in those very tight corridors that they're fighting in. So right there I'll kind of point the camera. I'm not really watching the players. But right here, where that ultimate was used at, was just devastating for Refuse, and they got caught by a bunch of those hits.
And as we look at it, Fluctuate making a call that I'm actually really happy they decided to do it. They got those kills in the duo lane. They got both the towers kind of in the extended version of that fight. The minute they get the deicide, they're like, all right, finish the tier 2, get the Phoenix, get mid Phoenix, go take the tier 2. Is like, we don't need to worry about the Fire Giant. Let's just get the objectives on the map, get some of that extra gold going, and just put our lead really far ahead.
The tunnel vision of Fire Giant is worse than the traffic of the Lincoln Tunnel. I'll tell you one thing, man. The vision, they just go, I'm just going to sit here all day. And that's what they do, man. People just sit around this Fire Giant way too often. Fluck going to come in on top of Ultra. Oh, man. That wall and egg just rides you. Again, not even rides it. Raiju did that.
I'm pretty sure I saw the Materasu. Like, she was around here, wasn't she? Like, where she just disappeared.
NAQ. If you get hit one more time from this Fire Giant, quitting on you.
I feel like we need to get like a hotkey or a command that just kind of like automatically sends messages to players who get knocked up by the Fire Giant. Just send them to DM's video explaining it again, like just in case you don't remember.
You need to tell DM to make a new one. Like, DM, you need to make a new video. People are still not taking the Fire Giant correctly.
I understand nothing about it has changed, but people are
1 year.
They have some trouble.
I mean, trust me, I do it all the time. We've all been knocked up by the Fire Giant, and it can be one of those scenarios where you're like, oh yeah, I got this, right? It's fine. It's not gonna be that much damage. It's gonna be quarter your health later. You're just like devastated. You're like, oh. Yeah,
I have absolutely thrown away a life to the Fire Giant thinking, I have enough time to be able to sidestep this. You never have as much time as you'd like to think. Is a 4-man Cataclysm going to come out, 3-man Knockup going to go through, but Raijin already going into his ult, getting a lot of damage and keeping Refuse under their Titan.
I'm just going to hold on F2 right here and just watch Guanyu's healing. 24k right now at 26 minutes, almost 1,000 per minute right now. Again, in this big type of team fight scenario, this is where Guanyu shines. So dash back, heal up, he's at 25k already. I mean, he should end up hitting this mark at 1,000 healing per minute realistically. Stuns out Mort right there. He's going to end up cleaning that up is the Benny Q, and now the Titan is under duress. 5,000 HP, it goes. Game number 1 looks to be in Fluctuate's hands.
Yeah, they've got this Fire Giant. They've all got enough items to kind of eat through the pin that Refuse has picked up for their tank, and it's going to be just enough to go ahead and get the Titan, even though they're still fighting. Game 1 goes to Fluctuate.
Well, Refuse has been in the scenario of a must-win, obviously, with their ability to win that Game 3 versus the Slugs. They'll have to put that to use as Game number 2 here will start shortly enough, guys. Stay tuned with us, and hopefully my computer doesn't blow up so we can actually bring it to you all the way through.